Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Master Duel. Well, they're here, and this guy is limited to 2 right away. YuGiOh is here, one of the few and probably the only archetype that can very easily contest full power, well, nearly full power, Maliss at the current moment, and they limited their best extender. This is an archetype that just keeps on giving. I have been going over their effects, and I have gotten tips from the players that play at the shop, and this is just a deck that just spews advantage like no other. Some of them are 1-ofs, some of them are 3-ofs, but definitely the ones that do well, that will eventually get semi-limited. I screwed my speech over for that one so bad. The ones that get semi-limited are the ones that are very, very important. And yeah, it's a value engine that will keep on giving until you do something about their graveyard. And lo and behold, Maliss answers YuGiOh pretty goddamn well. Assuming, of course, YuGiOh doesn't set up first. Detonator is one hell of a card. It's a quick effect pop, and this guy will literally immediately get rid of your shit before you can even properly set up. This is why YuGiOh can very easily compete against Maliss, because of the quick effect pop that this guy does. And it's not even... Yeah, I believe the once per turn thing only extends to the ones at the bottom, or is it at the top? I'm not sure which, but there we go. That once per turn pop is more than enough. There's a reason that Trident was banned for a very, very long time. Then I believe none of the trap cards ever really get used. Eventually, once people kept iterating on it, they realized that Cross is just a broken ass card. A negate from the field zone is insane. And it even recycles the YuGiOh stuff that you use. Note that it's any YuGiOh card, not just the YuGiOh monsters. And yeah, but this isn't exactly full power YuGiOh. We are still missing a couple of key pieces, a couple of other Xyz monsters that really make this deck tick. And fortunately, one of them was banned, and it's Abyss Dweller, so we won't be facing off against that kind of bullshit. But this deck will still be annoying enough to face off against the latter. It's not going to be as egregious as Maliss, but it's still going to be pretty goddamn annoying. So, we're gonna see if we finally face off against the rival of Maliss in this format. And without further ado, let's hop right to it. Opponent won the die roll, so that spells bad news for me already. We're gonna see what I can do here. We can use Flawless to try and trip up my opponent's negation. Let's see if they even do that. They are rocking Maliss stuff as well, so this could just be a mirror match. Have been facing off against a lot of that lately, because Maliss is just that damn good. But I'm just hoping that YuGiOh is going to eventually equalize the playing field, even for just a little. But we're gonna see if it even comes to that. Opponent is playing heroes, so I will be drawing a lot of cards, so I don't think I should be using March here until literally at the end of my turn, because my opponent will be making me draw a lot of cards, and usually that's what you would stop, but they have 4 cards in hand, and they could be more interaction. This is usually Ash Blossom bait, but I think the bigger Ash Blossom target is Faris. So we're going to wait for Faris, because Faris is far more important in extending their combos. But the only problem with that is if they draw into a Destiny hero. Oh god, they got a Destiny hero. So they will be able to extend past my Ash Blossom here. If they have Faris in hand, but they're not going to. Alright, cool. I guess that's just as well, because I also play this deck. If they overextended there, I will be drawing like plenty of cards, so I think it's good on them that they stopped when they did. And now we're going to pop off a little. March Hare, we're going to banish White Rabbit so that we can use your graveyard effect, and my opponent concedes. People still cannot fight against Maliss so well. Good God, something needs to be done about this deck. And I'm also going to want to see what YuGiOh can do, so we'll keep going until we face off against YuGiOh, and if I say it, it will likely come into existence. So let's move on to the next duel. Up next, we have this duel. Let's see. Well, my hand sucks, and we're going first. Good God, this is bad. This full loss only works if I don't have anything, and that's unfortunate. Oh dear God, this hand is balls. Holy shit! This is like the brickiest brick hand I've ever bricked in my life. Didn't even open with a single Cyberse monster to even get the ball going here. Um, wow, I don't know if I even want to put any cards face down because I mustn't control any cards for full loss to do its thing. So I guess I just pass. Let's see what my opponent has for me. So this build of Maliss produces hands like this every once in a while. It's not often, but when you do get really unlucky, we really will feel the unluckiness. Opponent, I'm just realizing, is rocking an extra thick deck. They already drew their card for turn, so they're proving that they're a 60 card pile. Oh my God, that got caught in my throat for a hot second there. It's a 60 card pile, and they're just passing back. Okay, cool. Stop them from whatever it is they're gonna try to do. Still not a single Cyberse monster in sight. So we already got rid of the... Well, we can't exactly play Maliss in the mirror because we don't have anything in our hand. Like, Jesus Christ. I could have normal summoned, but I don't think... No, I'm not going to allow you to do that. You already stopped, so why should I let you go any further? And it was a special summon, so I could have actually used Dominus Impulse there, but I think it's better for next turn. So there's that. And if they try any other shenanigans, we could potentially just use Called by the Grave and try to do what we need to do here. Some Sada these nuts. Okay, cool. Mashing in 2 engines immediately. I will use Dominus Impulse as a trap card, an actual factual trap card, and we're gonna see how far my opponent goes from here, if none at all. Oh wow! I did not know it had an I did not know it had an update to its animation. Oh my God! Oh, that was cool. Okay, yep, shuffling those 2 in. That is fine. Getting, I'm assuming, okay, Phantom View Bell. Sure. So is it safe to assume that you have more opponent? No, you do not. All right. That is fascinating. We draw for turn. Another impulse. Great. I am still breaking to high heaven here. So we just set that and pass. Oh my God, this is like the worst possible hand I could have ever gotten out of this deck. So yeah, big welcome. Can't exactly stop that. Just set face down. Okay, lovely lady. Sure, she does her thing. You put that back in the deck. Yeah, because there's really no danger of doing anything. Yeah, sure. I don't think it's wise to use Drone Lockbird here because they'll be doing a lot of searching on their turn anyway. So we'll stop it there rather than my turn here. So let's see what my opponent does. Standby phase, main 1. Lovely lady, sure. Yeah, recycling that one. We can't do anything about that. This is just painful. I'm the one piloting this deck, and this is just painful. Good God. Okay, I think we'll be dead in short order here because if they just summon any other monster here, we'll be dead until next week anyway. So we're gonna find out what our draw is off the top. If it's not a Cyberse monster, then we got really unlucky with this duel. Let's see, and we got Dormouse. All right, cool. We can use this to negate stuff that's on the field. We can negate the lovely lady using Maliss in the Mirror. And then... Okay, we're actually going to try. We're still going to try. We will negate lovely lady because she's the more dangerous one compared to the lady labyrinth. Compared to her armored version, basically. I still call her lovely lady in spite of everything. This is just her in armor. So... We're gonna see. Okay, yep. Big welcome. That is to be expected. This only negates monsters. So there's that. All right, cool. To be expected. Let's see what trap card they pull out of the deck, and it doesn't negate this. So there is that. I don't think I want to destroy that. I'm gonna banish it instead. So we're gonna see. All right, cool. having another lovely lady, so that means it's going to trigger other stuff as well. And oh, we still get to banish. That's actually, oh, because it's cost. All right, cool. Wait, is it not A then B? Question mark. I sometimes I don't get how certain effects do their thing, but here we are. All right, opponent is trying to activate two things at once. All right, cool. I'm assuming you're going to destroy the card face down on the field. Destroying the one in my hand instead. Well, that just means I can't extend too far, because that's what Maliss usually does. Now that we are free of our shackles, we're going to do that. Then we get to banish. Yeah, we get to banish White Rabbit. There we go. Finally getting something to move along here. And then we do this. They only have one active trap card, so we may get away with this, question mark. But our plays are moving through fairly fast, so that's already horrifying to me. So we do this and then this. There we go. We just need plenty of bodies. And I mean plenty of bodies. There we go. We revive Dormouse. Well, we can also revive White Rabbit, so there we go. We revive that. And then we use Decoder. There we go. I think we should just go for the terahertz line, because we don't exactly have too many bodies. Oh wait, no, we still can, sort of, get there. So let's find out how far we go. Yep, then Decoder. We're gonna put him here. And then we do this. We revive Splash Mage, put him here. Excuse me. And then we go, yeah, I think we just go terahertz, in spite of everything I just said. Because we literally cannot do anything else. And it will also be beefy enough to be able to contest my opponent's board, so there is that. So we go Dark Fluids. I don't want to know what he does with his fluids, so then we attack, and usually getting rid of the Lady Labyrinth, but I think Lovely Lady herself is the more dangerous target of the two. And then we just pass back. Yeah, we just pass back here. And we're gonna see what my opponent does. He literally allowed everything to happen, so that means the stuff that he has in his back row is inconsequential. I'm hoping, question mark. We'll find out soon enough, because he's waiting on a response here, just as I activate my terahertz. Super polymerization yugs! Alright. Not what I expected. Okay. But that doesn't exactly stop whatever it is that's happening on the board right now, and I'll probably be able to do some more things. Okay, Mud Dragon is a Vault of Confidence, question mark. Because does that mean they don't have anything else? But we'll find out, I guess. We add a Maliss monster. Yes, we will. We'll actually do that right now. We'll add March Hare, then we'll get the we'll banish probably White Rabbit so that we can do more things. Should I have actually banished one of the lovely ladies here before they can do anything else? Yeah, before the end of the main phase, actually. If you're gonna do that, then don't mind if I do. We're gonna banish the lovely lady here, so that you have absolutely no chance of getting her back. Or I probably should not have shotgunned that too early, because that means that my opponent could potentially do more things. But they are rocking a... I'm forgetting that they're rocking a 60-card pile, so this could not just be anything. So if this card is banished, target a Maliss in your graveyard, then banish. Okay, cool. So we can banish that, then we just add the other one instead. Yeah, I think we can do that. Add it from deck to hand. Actually, or we could just banish Dormouse. No, we'll banish White Rabbit. We'll just go to my original plan. There we go. Call by the grave. There we go. Then White Rabbit. There we go. Do you have something for that opponent? No, you do not. Alright, cool. White Rabbit effect. There we go. We'll get GWC because the other one is pretty worthless at this current juncture. Yeah, we could get TB11, but I think GWC is the better choice at the moment. Because it'll allow us to get Dormouse out of the graveyard, but it will make us banish. So yeah, no, we'll just do things on my turn. Just be fair, honest gamers here. Not do stuff on my opponent's turn and whatnot. So, I mean, my opponent's putting up a decent fight. So there is that. Special summon. What are you special summoning then? Getting her back. Okay. That will protect the back row from getting destroyed, but that doesn't protect your back row from getting banished. So that is something to keep in mind, opponents. We're gonna find out soon enough what kind of shenanigans they're on. Once it passes around to my turn. Just realized that he did all that, and he didn't move to his end phase. So that means he baited me out. Good on them. That he made me, it's not exactly a panic reaction, because he can still do some things here. Okay. I do control a Maliss monster. I mean, I could just save the life points here. I'm just realizing I'm actually down to 1200. Good God, because I got attacked by the lovely lady. I guess I just let him go. I'll just revive them on my turn, if at all. So we're gonna find out if it gets anywhere. Okay, cool. And I did use White Rabbit's effect already this turn anyway, so that's fine. Yeah, destroyed in battle. That's fine. Putting it down here, huh? I wonder what that is. Okay, we got a Dormouse. All right, cool. So we'll just let that happen, and we activate this here before we even have any monsters, because that's going to allow us to do more shenanigans. Okay, yep. So lovely lady doing her thing, and let's see what happens here. I'm assuming she's going to get the big welcome, because that's a bounce. So GWC. Then we get White Rabbit. We'll get the last trap card out of the deck. There we go. There we go. Let's see what my opponent has for me here. If anything, let's pet the rabbit here. Infinite impermanence. Alright, cool. So that's exactly why they put the imperm in the middle, because it was imperm. So they're saving it, they're using it here, so that's fine. So they have one unknown that has been there since the start of this game, so we're gonna find out what it is soon enough. Okay, big welcome. I'm assuming he's going to bounce something to hand, and I believe we lose at this point, because I literally cannot do anything from here. This doesn't special summon itself from hand. This doesn't do anything significant because of what has been happening on the field. We are dead. Yeah, my opponent handled me pretty goddamn well. Let's move on to the next duel. Lost a die roll yet again. So let's see what my opponent has for me here. We do have Artifact Lancia, just in case this is a Maliss mirror. So we're gonna hold off on that until the last possible moment. Arikarin. That name sounds weirdly familiar, but I wouldn't know. Because Karen is the name of a character from Blue Archive. She's one of my favorites because she is dark-skinned. And I love me my dark-skinned women. Materia Actor. Okay. I am not quite sure if they banish their stuff. I don't think they do. They are an Xyz archetype, so I don't think they'll be banishing much. So Lancia is a dead card, quote-unquote, in this matchup. And, it's a fairy? It's not a machine? Oh, wait, no, because it's the spirit that's managing this thing. Okay, that's to be expected. Drill Beam, I'm not actually just realizing that they have a Primite engine in this. I mean, so I have seen people at the shop try this new support for Materia Actors, and people are still baffled as to why Materia Actors even got support in the first place, because they weren't exactly a good archetype even way back when, and then they got this, and they tried, but it could be so much better. And they can it's like those other archetypes that are in Yu-Gi-Oh. They can give broken amounts of support, and they can never just crack it even in the rogue level. So it's just a sad way of things. A good example of that is Earth's Arctics. They have a card that basically says draw 7, but even then the deck is so bad that it just can't. It just can't. Even with the draw 7, you can draw like 20 cards and you still won't win with that deck. And that's unfortunate because Arctic is a really cool archetype because it has, I believe the anime, the ones who have watched the anime call it dark synchro summoning, but in paper we just call it reverse synchro summoning because you subtract the levels rather than add it. And that's how the entire Arctic thing works. But my opponent is just doing combo things while I yap on about here. I have no idea what any of these cards do because I don't think I need to memorize any of them anyway because this will probably be the first time in like 3 months that I'll see this deck, or maybe I'll see it every once in a while, but I highly doubt people are going to continuously play this thing. So we'll find out what kind of quote-unquote insurmountable board my opponent could put up here. I mean, the Primate engine is pretty goddamn good, all things considered. So, and he even has Terratop. Yeah, the entire Speedroid summon engine. But yeah, getting the other Materiactors are pretty goddamn good. Let's see what else my opponent has for me here. He did search, and then he's going to do I don't quite know what else. So I guess I'll just see you guys at my opponent's end board. I don't know how long it'll take, but we'll just see it. We'll just see you guys there. Okay, we're back, and my opponent put up this kind of board. I have absolutely no idea what any of his cards do. I do recognize Bamboos and Gossip Shadow, and I'm reminded that Rongominiad is currently banned, so there is that. Full Armor Dark Knight Lancer, I believe, is inconsequential, question mark. Equip card, okay, you can attach. Okay, it's pseudo removal, sure, that's fine. Attach, okay, they just keep making Exegard bigger. Normal special summon, add 2 materials to hand, and if a normal monster, return 1 card in the field, so it's a bounce. I believe he has Fuolos underneath the Exegard. I believe it's just that. Reveal this card in your hand, quick effect, discard this card. Target annexes, okay, cool. Gigarda, okay. None of them are too significant. So we're gonna bait out their negation first by using Malice in Underground and see what happens from here. Okay, we'll banish a card. Sure, that is fine. We'll actually banish Jessicat. Again, we're trying to bait out whatever interaction that they could potentially have here. Full Armor Dark Knight is probably the only thing that I am actively scared of because he will attach a material. And that is the type of removal that I cannot very easily fight against. So we're going to see what my opponent does here. There isn't anything in the on the field at the moment. So there is about to be. If an equip card becomes equipped to a monster you control, yeah. So I believe the trap card, okay, that gets attached, okay, cool. And then because he's now attached, he'll be able to activate his effect, and I have not normal summoned, and he'll do this here, so it was right to get Chessicat. Oh no, whatever shall I do? I mean, granted, they do have attachment, okay, it just keeps getting bigger. Jesus Christ. Don't know what the face down is, we'll find out soon enough. They already used the Full Armor Dark Knight effect. Unless he finds a way to resummon this thing, because it's only a soft once per turn. So, let's see. Alright, cool. Then he'll bounce it to hand, I believe. Normal monster is in the graveyard. Oh, is a normal monster in the graveyard? This is a normal monster. Okay, cool. I mean, okay, if I die here, then hurrah to my opponent. That's what I get for not reading any of his cards, like, at all. Because this deck isn't exactly going to crack the top of the meta because, well, Materiactor is just that. Ryziel does what Materiactor does, unfortunately, and it's not even close. So, yeah, I mean, I die here, surprisingly. Mostly because, again, I didn't read any of his cards, but hey, if you want to try Materiactor out, they are a really decent rank 3 Xyz deck now, but just don't expect the climb to be too easy. Let's move on to the next duel. I have not won a single die roll. Maybe I have. I just don't remember already. That's just me being me. All right, cool. We'll actually save Malice and Underground here because the bigger target here for Ash Blossom is Chessy Cat. Opponent is just passing back, so that is scary for a lot of reasons. We'll find out soon enough what kind of shenanigans my opponent has here. We're gonna bait it out. We can actually just go through this entire combo line without normal summoning, but we kind of have to, especially because Chessy Cat is in our hand. So, okay then. Opponent just allowed that one to happen. So, we'll try to banish White Rabbit. Question mark. Opponent, do you have something for that? We do have a mirrored field, so that is something. Okay, cool. Infinite Impermanence. I sadly have to negate that. But we can choose to not negate it, surprisingly. If we really want to push for it, because I'm more scared of Ash Blossom than I am of Imperm. More than anything else. So I guess we'll see. Well, I mean, it is a draw too, so I guess we shotgun it here. Let's just see what happens. Oh, right, because our Imperm is only a 1 of, so I guess we get rid of an Ash Blossom. Chessy Cat's going to be negated, so this is just a preemptive Ash Blossom thing. So we do that, and yeah, sure, Chessy Cat is negated, and opponent's wondering, what the fuck did this guy just do? Does that mean that his Infinite Impermanence is in hand? Oh god. Yes, opponent, yes it is. So we banish a card, there we go. And because Ash Blossom is negated, they cannot exactly do too much about it. So there, let's see. They could also have, oh wow, they do have Impulse. Alright, cool. So Dormouse is going to stay there. That is fine. I mean, this is the way to stop Malice. Just nip them at the bud at every opportunity. So, I mean, what more can I say? Opponent knows the deck's weaknesses, and I believe this is just the mirror. And I nearly got had. We just end on Terahertz here because I forgot that this guy can special summon himself because if you have a Cyberse. Well, if you have a Link monster. We can use Hits effect, but no, I'm not going to. And we just go through the entire Cyberse combo line now. Unless they have an Nibiru in hand, which is, I mean, not impossible, but most Malice decks don't have that card. So we'll just do our thing here, and yeah, his effect's negated, but doesn't really matter too much. Okay, then we get Link Decoder, and then we go into Transcode. Yeah, you've seen this combo line before. There we go, Transcode Talker, and using him for his one effect, which is a revival. There we go. Then we do this. Then we target. I guess we just get Splash Mage. I mean, we really should get Splash Mage more than any of the other Link monsters. Then we go into Terahertz, and we set the Infinite Impermanence, and we pass back. There we go, opponent. I still managed to do the thing, in spite of you stopping me. Again, this I mean, Dark Fluid Terahertz is still, or Terahertz as most people just tend to call him. He's still a really good alternative boss monster until the Allied Cold Talker comes out. We'll be stuck with him. He is still pretty goddamn good because he negates stuff that happens in the battle phase. So there is that. We send again because we can. So that although this means that we won't be having too many attributes for this guy. Sure, that's fine. Using the Ash Blossom here, that's fine. I mean, the Save Worm is already in the graveyard, so it's not like I can do anything else. Yeah, he can already attack twice, so there is that. I don't think that's the one I negate, but we'll see. Okay, he has a Malice. Yeah, I mean, if you nip me at the butt, I'll nip you at the butt as well. Especially if you only have 2 cards in hand. Granted, if he does have the field spell like me, he will be... You know, sometimes you win some and sometimes you lose some. Let's move on to the next duel. Finally won a die roll for once, so let's see what kind of plays I can make. Opponent's rocking Malice. Great. This is the state of the game right now, and we just have to accept it. We can choose to not normal summon this turn, so we do Gold Sark, then we banish Chessicat, then we banish Dormouse. And it also gets us deeper into our deck, so there is that. Okay, then we Chessicat. There we go. She's actually the only one of all of the girls in the Maliss archetype. Chessicat is the one that gets the most interesting pieces of art, more than any of the others. I mean, then again, she is the Cheshire Cat, so I think that's to be expected. Okay, yep, nipping me at the bud. That is fine, but I already have Dormouse in hand, so. I think he just slows me down by not letting me dig too deep in my deck, but I think this is fine. Then we banish White Rabbit, then White Rabbit effect. There we go. Then my opponent concedes. If you have no other interaction, yeah, I'll end on a. There was actually one off-camera duel I had where I finally figured out how they incorporate Appaloosa into their combo lines, and they literally just go through the entire Cyber's combo line and end with Appaloosa with 2 negates. And then they do the rest of their combos from there. And I ended up with Appaloosa and Appaloosa with 2 negates, a terahertz, and 3 face down. And it's insane that at the kind of boards that this deck can make. And Sunday I wasn't recording that day, but it happened. And of course, naturally, my opponent lost. Let's move on to the next duel. Lost a die roll yet again. I am like in the red, not in the negatives. But I guess that's the same thing. If this is a Maliss mirror, but then again, they are rocking Sky Striker sleeves, so this could not be a Maliss mirror. 7th Ascension, Baryons. I don't think they have any banishing, so we just nip it at the bud, and we'll see what they do from here. But we do have Lancey at the ready, just in case. We Ash Blossom that, and literally just nipping this is an Xyz deck. Nipping it at the bud before anything else can happen is fine. Choose, okay, sure. What starter are you going to get rid of from my hand, opponent? Get rid of the field spell. I still have White Rabbit. Get rid of White Rabbit, and I can still keep going. Get rid of Luck and Lolbird. Okay, cool. Okay, adding a Pyro. Are we finally? Yes! We're facing up against Raziel! Sadly, we can't do anything from here. They got rid of the one thing that will actually stop this deck from going. And yeah, usually sending Duo Drive. Okay, I do remember seeing this play. So X Raziel, then he summoned himself and he controls some other monsters. Add a Fire Thunder from deck to hand, which is usually this guy, the red one. I never remember his name. There we go. Sword Raziel. Then you control a Raziel on the field. He special summons himself. Then you add a Light Pyro. We can turn this off from here. I don't think they do any banishing. This is why I say that Raziel is still in an incomplete state, because it uses another Xyz monster that will basically give more materials to Detonator. And yes, I will still keep calling it Detonator, not Detonator, because the sometimes TCG naming conventions suck, and I prefer the OCG names. Detonator just sounds a lot cooler, and it sounds more Western, if that makes any sense. Duo Drive with 3 materials. Okay, cool. Then he does his thing, detach 2, then add 2 to hand. Yeah, this is why they got rid of Drone and Lockbird. Good God. And by the way, Bonfire is limited to 1, and they had it in their opening hand. Good God, they sucked pretty goddamn hard there. Then again, the same thing would be happening to me if I opened with the one of Dimension Shifter. So there is that. Okay, Ice. I believe this guy is what is this guy gonna do? Activate effect. If normal, special summon a Raziel from deck. Okay, cool. And so now they're going to go into their second Xyz monster, which is usually Detonator. And yeah, getting Star. Star is actually the most recent bit of support that Raziel gets in the paper game. And there's also this I believe it's called the Eclipse Twins. It's an Xyz monster, or it's a fusion monster. I don't remember which one. It acts as secondary material for the Raziel deck, and they use it to make a Detonator. Oh my god, that's a cool animation for Detonator. And yeah, he gets swole. But they did not end up with their field spell, so we may be safe still. This guy doesn't really do anything. Monsters you can. Oh, I mean, he does make monsters big. So, okay, yep. Target one that's banished. Yeah, plug in is also a card that I believe is usually just a one of in most Ryziel decks. Because it's extremely searchable anyway, and you usually only really use it once per turn. So, okay, there's the negation. All right, cool. Finally getting to see Ryziel in action. All right. Sadly, because of the way they've set up, I think we just lost. If the drone and lockbird was not shuffled away, we probably could have done more. But I think my opponents got this. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys exactly what this deck is capable of. And not me, because you guys are probably already sick of Maliss. Ryziel is the new kid in town, and good god. What do we banish? Do we just bait it out? Yeah, we bait it out. Banish Chessicat, activate Chessicat. Let's see what my opponent does here. We haven't normal summoned yet, so we can still do some things here. Okay, cool. So removing that, then I believe this is only a once per turn thing. Okay, it's a soft once per turn. All right, cool. Then we do this, and it's safe to assume that Detonator just shotguns the removal right away. No, he does not. All right, cool. Then we go Dormouse. See what he does. I mean, he just pops right here, and we'll be sitting ducks. Yeah, this is just Trident with a robotic coat of paint. But it's even better. Finally something to keep me in check. Good god. Banish. Actually, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. Then we retrieve March Hare back. Put it into our hand, because Detonator is only Detonator is a hard once per turn at least, so he can only pop once per turn. Then we get March Hare back in hand. Then we use March Hare's ability to banish White Rabbit, and then we try to combo from there? Question mark. Do you? Okay. We already. I don't think we've used the banish effect of Dormouse yet. Okay, cool. So we do this. They draw one, sadly, but I kind of want to try to kill them this turn. If at all possible? Question mark. We'll find out. My opponent does control 3 card. Oh, target. Okay. Yep. Okay. I did not think that they use this card still. Then again, I'm more exposed to the paper game than I am here in Master Duel, so there is that. Yeah, my opponents pretty much got this. I mean, I can still try, but yeah, finally, somebody that can check Maliss. They don't even do anything too unfair, and it's amazing that a mid-range deck can contest Maliss. Let's move on to the end screen. Okay, we're here at the end screen, and well, there you have it. I caught Ryziel on film, and they are as good as I thought they were. Finally something that can check this goddamn deck. Oh my god. Yeah, that's pretty much what we should watch out for moving forward. Although a lot of the more casual, well, not really casual, but the less professional, I guess, the non-pros, there we go. I think that's the word I'm looking for. The non-professional players, they definitely hate this format because it's a coin flip format. If Ryziel gets to set up first, you die. If Maliss gets to set up first, you die. And you know, there's really not much in terms of back and forth. Well, there is some of it, as you guys saw me in that last duel. I tried, and sadly they have all of the answers, and Ryziel just has enough tools in its toolbox in order to contest the menace that is Maliss. And oh, that rhymed. So yeah, now you have to watch out for 2 decks moving forward. It still boggles my mind, by the way, that some of them are pyros, and actually no, yeah, some of them are pyros, some of them are thunder, and they're also of different attributes for some weird reason. I don't know why they are patterned the way they are, and I guess there's some lore reason as to why. I mean, it is in the art. As you guys can see here, there's elements of fire and there's elements of thunder as well. But again, I don't know the real world inspiration for Ryziel, so I'll have to look that up in my own time. But There you go. You have YuGiOh and Maliss finally in action. And it's going to be one hell of a, well, format, if you can call it that. So if you guys like what you saw, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, toodles.